Well, I have as my guest Member of Parliament for Bobi, member of... Bodi. I said Bodi. You didn't hear me well. Oh, is that what I said? All right. I think you are even closer. You are getting it wrong. All right. Bodi. Member of Parliament for Bodi, a member of the NDC as well as a Deputy Minister for Water Resources, Works and Housing. Samson Ahi is my guest. First time on the show, and thanks for joining me, sir. We just saw you on the news, though. All right. And also Fred Amankwasafu, who is a member of the NPP, an IT specialist, an entrepreneur, businessman, and also a revolutionarist. Okay, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Okay, you didn't like my last description. Today is a day of the family, the International Day of the Family, and it's observed on the 15th of May every year. It was set aside by the UN, I think, way back in 2003. I would want to ask them, especially following up from that very discussion Mama we had with the Reverend, and just off air we were just discussing it. I want to ask them, do you have time for your families? Especially when we know this day and age, you have to keep a very busy schedule.
Yeah, you have to manage. You have to manage your time because you have to train your children according to what you want. And so even though I understand that modernization has taken away this bond because the father has to go to work as early as 4 o'clock. So depending on where you are living, sometimes you even leave the house when your children are still sleeping. You return home and they are asleep. So it's difficult to, but I agree that at least at the weekend, if you don't have any social duties to perform, it is good that you sit down with them and then have a chat and discuss their homework, how they perform during the week in school. But my problem is
do you get time to do that?
Yeah, when I'm home, I do it.
I love that. When
I'm home, I do it.
When are you home?
Yes.
When are you home?
Mostly at the weekend, especially on Sundays. Yes.
I know you're a member of Parliament.
Yes.
You're also a deputy minister, a strong party person in your community.
Yeah.
So having your weekends
That's why I
free,
say when I am home.
When?
When I'm home.
Because you have to go for funerals, outdoor rings, and things like that. I know how it is for the politicians.
Yes.
And do you have time for your family?
Why, yes, I do.
How many kids do you have?
5 of them.
You have 5. Do you have time for them?
I have time for them. All of them. I sleep with them. We sit on the table, eat breakfast every morning. And weekends on every weekend.
Do you have breakfast this morning? Because we have to hold you here early.
Yes.
So you push the breakfast time earlier?
Not. We leave home around 6 o'clock. I'm lucky. We leave home around 6 o'clock and maybe 6:30. By 6:30 we should be off on the road. And then we have to have breakfast every day. We have dinner together. And then on Saturday too, we eat late in the morning and we eat together. So I'm lucky. I don't have a problem bonding with my kids, and I'm very proud of that. But looking at the generality of the Ghanaian society, I think it's a difficulty for most people, especially if you are a member of Parliament, Minister of State. You have to have so many things doing at the same time, and that's a huge challenge. As much as possible, parents, especially men, should have time for the children. I had that very early in my life, and so with my kids, we sleep together. You have all of us, sometimes 5 of us, on the same bed, and that's a good thing for me. I was just wondering why revolutionaries. I'm not a revolutionary, so please.
Okay. If there's somebody who's a revolutionary, somebody who is you're creative.
Well, they're very creative.
Yeah,
yes.
but I didn't mean that you're an army person who is causing a coup d'etat.
Exactly, because there's been a coup d'etat in Burundi, and military men will always use that terminology to.
Well, I do understand.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Thank you.
I apologize. My good friend, I apologize.
Thank you.
All right. The country's Electoral Commission, as the EC, will begin its registration exercise today. And the exercise, which will take place across 6,000 centers, will allow persons who could not register during the last exercise and those who have just turned 18 to do so. The EC says the move is in accordance with Regulation 91 of the Public Elections Regulations 2012. And we already have Christian Owusu-Parry on the line. A very good morning to you, the Director for Public Relations, the Electoral Commission. And thanks for joining us. Did you do any sort of publicity for this very activity before now?
Hello, Roland.
Yes, I didn't hear. I didn't hear jingles, and I didn't hear any LPMs and announcements.
Roland, we don't intend running jingles on this particular exercise.
Then how do you how do you intend getting people?
The reason is that it is not a periodic registration exercise that we're saying, oh, we are doing in a week, 2 weeks, or 3 weeks. It's a continuous registration that is going to run for years. And, you know, anytime any Ghanaian attains 18 years, he can go to the district office or the commission and apply for registration. So you cannot run adverts on a program that is going to be done over a number of years. Right. Otherwise, the cost will be so huge that it will be impossible to say that you are running jingles every day on a daily affair that is going to last years.
Okay, so how do you intend to whip up people's interest in this?
It is the reason why we have put out this statement.
Okay, indeed, so periodically we put in our statements just to remind people that they need to do that every year when they attend.
I believe that once people start going to the office, first of all, with this statement, we know that a lot of Ghanaians will become aware. And then once people begin registering, people will get to know that there is an exercise like that going on at the district offices.
Why is that you're doing it in only, is it 6,000 polling stations, you say, or registration centers?
No. We are not going to polling station or registration centers. We're doing it in the district office of the commission. There is a district office in every district of the country, and that is where the applicant has to go to apply for registration as a voter under the continuous voter registration. We are not replacing the periodic revision of the voters register. It is going to run side by side with the daily registration exercise. And it is an arrangement that ensures that anybody who doesn't want to wait maybe 2 years until there is a national revision before he gets his name onto the register, to go to the district office and then apply for registration. If he satisfies the requirements, we will register him. Some may want to register because they probably have some trip to undertake. Some may want to travel. Others may have come into the country. They can't wait until the next revision in 2016 before they apply for registration. So such people may want to take advantage of the daily registration, the continuous voter registration, to put their names on the voters register. And that is what we are doing now. In fact, it is in the law. The Public Elections Registration of Voters Regulations 2012 CI 72 in Regulation 9 sub-Regulation 1 enjoins the Electoral Commission to do continuous voter registration, and we are starting that. We are starting the implementation of the law now.
Well, it's a good thing, though. I believe that then it also gives a lot more opportunity for whoever has turned 18 to do to register.
Yeah, so anytime anybody turns 18 years, he can walk to the district office and ask for
throughout the year.
Throughout the year, Monday to Friday, throughout the year for many, many years until another law comes into force.
This is beautiful. Please do stay on the line because I have two guests. You know Samson Ahi?
Yes, I know something.
All right, and there's a gentleman here also. He's a businessman. He's an entrepreneur. He's also with the NPP as well, and he's called Fred Amankwasafo. So if you don't know him, I'm introducing you to him for the first time. Please, I just want some comments from them, and then on this whole exercise. How laudable do you think it is, Mr. Ahi?
Yeah, for me, I think it is laudable because it's going to avoid a situation where when they are doing the periodic registration, because you have a lot of people who want to register, it creates problems. People will be busing them to go register at the centers. But so this one will actually avoid.
If you want to bus now?
No, no, I mean, no, it won't bias because when they're doing periodic registration, they do it within a specific period. So everybody wants to ensure that he or he is registered within that period, say 2 weeks. But because there's opportunity for everybody to register between now and the major elections, it will reduce this tension, and I think it's a good thing.
Sir, good morning. My worry is your statement that you cannot run a jingle. Probably, yes, not jingle, but we should have more education for people to know. Yes, we are here, we are in Accra, we are listening to radio and watching TV. A lot more of the people who might turn 18 are not listening. They might not even know that these things are going on. How far is the Electoral Commission in touch with the population to ensure that at least this information that you just gave out reaches every nook and cranny of the country?
Mr. Parry.
Hello.
Did you hear? I think he's worried about.
Yes, I heard him.
Okay.
Yes, I heard him. I heard him. I believe the statement we put out yesterday has been widely publicized. I have had the opportunity to talk to a number of radio stations since this morning.
Across the country?
It's not just from Accra. From all parts of the country, Central Region, Brong and Ahafo, Western Regions, radio stations are calling, and I've been talking to them. And we will not end there. At every opportunity through the assemblies and public gatherings, we will make the people aware. We cannot run jingles because it is a continuous exercise and there is no end to it. And it will be difficult to say that you are budgeting for an exercise of that nature.
Well, thank you. If education is going on, then that's fine. My next worry is about the current register. Sir, you agree with me that there are a number of challenges. It's bloated. We have kids in there, people who really look.
Okay, now you're taking over my job. That's okay.
Why? Okay.
Right, because I wanted to ask this question. The NPP and those who are critics of the state of the current register are saying that the register is not authentic and they would want a new one. So if you are registering people, do you have any intentions of compiling another register for the 2016 elections?
Well, Roland.
Yes, sir.
The position of the Commission is very clear on this matter.
Yes, sir.
We have said and we still maintain that we have a very, very credible register. In fact, we have the best register ever compiled in this country now. However, there are processes for cleaning the register, and it is the reason why we do exhibition of the voters register from time to time. The NPP man there alleges that there are minors on the register. There could be minors, yes, but the process of removing the names of minors is through the exhibition of the voters register and the filing of objection against the inclusion of the names of those minors. That is why we give copies of the register to the political parties. That is why we put the voters register on public display. Let all of us as citizens of this country, patriotic as we are, go and examine the register, point out who are the minors, file objections against the inclusion of their names. The matter is investigated, and if it is found out, it is established that they are indeed minors, then on the basis of that, we can take their names out of the register. That is how you clean the register. The solution is not in compiling a fresh registration.
All right, just be on the line again. It's good that you have availed yourself. Samson,
I have a problem with people who says that
you're reacting to it.
I mean, the register is bloated.
Oh.
Because if you follow what the Electoral Commission do during registration, in fact, during the registration you have the party reps at the polling stations to ensure that the right things are done. You have challenge forms there. So if I come across somebody registering and I'm certain that he's below the age, you just have to file the challenge form.
During the petition, you get to see that during the questioning of the witnesses, I don't know, is it Okay, during the petition, some of the witnesses who were called into the witness box, there were doubts about the number of people in the register at some polling stations, etc., or in some constituencies. Is that not a good position or a supposition to make those?
I don't know about that doubt at all. I don't know about that.
All right. Okay.
No.
You mean it's not formal? All these things I'm saying, they are just hearsay.
We have registered for every polling station. If anybody wants to know the number of registered voters in the polling station, first of all, it's available at the commission. And secondly, the parties also have the register polling station by polling station. So I have a lot as to why they say that they don't know the number.
Mr. Parry, we have to let you go. One more question, though. So you're going to do a display of the register from now to the end, by the time we hold the election in 2016. How many times? Do you have a program?
Well, we will display the register again in 2016. Okay. Before the...
How many times? Just once?
Once.
Yes, we cannot be putting the register on display every time, maybe let's say twice in a year. No, we are not in position to do that. And in fact, I do not think that it is necessary that we put the register twice on display in a year. If we are going into an exercise, because we have added names, because some people may have died, because people may have come to realize that certain people should not be on the register, they would want to file objection. So we'll give them the opportunity, and it has to be periodic, and we do that mostly before general election. So we'll exhibit the register again next year. Okay.
How's the mood in the commission? Since we know that the chairman, perhaps, has he retired? Is he on terminal leave?
No, he's not on leave. The chairman was in the office.
Okay. All right. That will suffice. Christian Owusu-Parry is Director for Public Relations, the Electoral Commission. Thanks for joining us.
Challenge the mandate of the commission to do their work. But we all want to have credible register so that after the election, we would all go home and be happy if the winners would know that they won very well. Last time, it took almost 2 years. And look at what happened to at least even to our development, even at the Supreme Court. There's a lot to gain with, as a nation, if we have credible register. Losers will accept that, yes, this has happened, and we accept responsibilities for whatever position we had. But where I think my brother and his party would insist that, no, let's do it this way or no other way, that's a worry.
But we have IPAC for which to address some of these difficulties.
You have the electoral commissioner come to tell you that IPAC is not a mandatory, it's not legal.
The electoral commissioner is going, so we'll have a new one.
The fact of the matter is that if NPP is arguing this way, what tells me is that they were not vigilant during the comparison of the...
Well, they need to be vigilant. We need to have a credible register.
Yeah, because at any point they were at the station where the register was being compared. And on daily basis, you are given copy of how many people have registered by the close of day. So your agent at the polling station has copies of how many people have registered at the polling station. And so for you to say that if you were giving the copies 2 months, it doesn't happen.
What my agent give me is different from...
This is not time for argument. Some supporters of the opposition New Patriotic Party Thursday evening chased out the party's national chairman Paul Afoko and his general secretary Kwabena Japan from a meeting in the Upper East region. And the irate party members allegedly attacked the Upper East regional organizer Jerry Asimini for organizing the meeting without informing the regional chairman, Mahama Adam. And, well, that's what we got from our correspondent, Albert, and from the Upper East region. We'll try to give you a lot more updates on the subject. But already the New Patriotic Party is also calling for calm among persons that have been disqualified or feel victimized in the party's just ended internal vetting exercise. And a statement signed by Kwabene J. Japong, General Secretary of the party, called for restraint, explaining that the report from the vetting committees are just recommendations subject to the approval of the National Executive Committee. Well, I follow this up because it's still politics and we did election, that's why.
I'm happy that the General Secretary had issued a statement like this. If you remember, when I was contesting, after going through the vetting, I was disqualified. And there were a lot of brouhaha about it. And then I was reinstated. I think that the vetting committee's mandate is to vet and give recommendation to the National Executive Committee. And so I'm not sure, per our constitution, if the vetting committee has a mandate to disqualify anybody. If these issues come up, a lot of passion and emotions arise. And so this is timely. Nobody should be told that you've been disqualified or not. It's only the vetting committee, the National Executive Committee, that can come out and say, yes, for this reason or that reason. And even after that point, you still would have opportunity to appeal. I did, and then I was reinstated. So those who feel aggrieved that they have been disqualified, I think we need to calm down and get to the next stage of it. And then probably there are certain questions you didn't answer well or certain documents you couldn't provide at the vetting time. You have time to appeal and then to be reconsidered if you meet the requirement of the party. And so I'm grateful that the General Secretary had come out with this statement. I'm sure that this statement should have been earlier, even before the vetting commenced. But, I mean, it's better late than never. I'm so grateful.
Okay, so now, Samson, you are also a politician as well. When it comes to this time, well, we know there's jostling for seats and people want the power, etc. At what point do you need calm heads to be at play within the party, and the structures also need to be working? You know, people have godfathers, they also have I think things like that always work.
I think NPP has a problem. As a party, they are in crisis because recently they can't even organize internal meetings without problem. No, let's face it. I mean, when they organized the emergency meeting, from the opening prayers to the closing prayers, was just in the public domain. Now, National Chairman and the General Secretary organized a meeting, and some youths of the party organized to beat them, to the extent that the regional organizer was beaten. So this is a problem, this is a worry situation, which the party need to sit down. Because you cannot do all these things, and tomorrow when you lose the elections, then you come and blame.
He was not beaten, he was chased.
Huh?
He was not beaten.
Oh,
he was chased.
Chasing or beating is the same thing.
It's not the same.
Okay.
Mr. Zamziayi, don't make blanket statements on this segment.
So what I will urge the NPP leadership is they should sit down and then actually iron out all these differences, because it is something, if it continues, will disturb them. And I agree with what Kwabena has issued, because at the end of the day, the vetting committees in the various constituencies just recommend to the region, and then the region also forward them to the national for approval. Before you can contest as an MP, you have to be certified by the national executive before you can contest. And so I think the call is in the right direction, because if you have been disqualified in, say, Tema East constituency, that decision is not final. It has been endorsed by the national executive. And so if the general secretary is assuring those who have been disqualified at the constituency level that no, that's not the end of their effort to contest, because there is another body to review the recommendation from the constituency level. And so they will do the right thing to ensure that people will not unnecessarily be disqualified. So I think this is the right thing, and I hope that they will take a clue from this, and then tempers will go down to allow the national executives, if they will allow them to work. I think that it is something that they have to comply with, because that is what the NPP constitution says, that the vetting committees at the constituency level, at the regional level, are not final authority to declare somebody disqualified or not. And so those fundings will be forwarded to national, for the national to either endorse or not to, to allow whoever has been disqualified to contest.
Okay. I haven't asked this fun question before. The NPP, do you have wranglings that are so deep that you tend to bicker all the time? There's bickering.
I don't know what you mean by wrangling.
There's a question I asked.
I don't know. I don't know what you mean.
I said, do you have? I didn't say you have.
You see, when more than two people work in a team, you would have issues. By all means, we will not have everybody thinking along the same line. So yes, there could be disagreement and agreement here and there. Today, my brother Honorable is now.
Is he pontificating?
He's now pontificating.
His time will come. I think sure, somewhere in October.
I'm sure this didn't happen at the national delegate conference. You've had that. You've had your fair share of it already. The chairman was beaten up. He was made to sit at one place for almost 12 hours.
He was not who? No, he was
without even giving the chance to visit the gents. Okay. So yes, you've had your fair share of it, and we
lost the election.
I'm sure that
we lost the election.
These are challenges.
So if you have started beating yourself,
nobody's beating anybody.
He says nobody's beating himself.
Nobody's beating anybody.
Cutlasses at the headquarters.
Where? Nobody's beating anybody.
Okay.
Right. You've had your fair share of it. I would have to concede that yes, there are challenges, but I'm quick also to add that these challenges are not unsurmountable. These are issues that will be ironed out, and I'm sure that the NPP will come out more focused and more formidable. You see, in team building, as you would know, you would have forming, storming, and then norming. I mean, we might be in our storming stages, because yes, after the election of the national executives, it's less than a year now. It might take a while, but after the storming, things will normalize, and then we are focused. We agree that there are challenges. There are few people who must be given who must be allowed to toe the line, because the delegates last year, April, said something that this is the team we want the national to work with. So it's not pick and choose. We are not doing friendship here. You don't have to be somebody's friend to work with. And so, yes, you can pontificate all you want, but trust me, this issue will be very, very quickly resolved, and then we can be together as a formidable party to win the 2016 election. Ghanaians are not interested in what is happening in NPP. Ghanaians are interested in how they are able to solve the electricity problems. That's what they are interested in.
All right.
Ghanaians are looking at how they can reduce the $2.2 million a day.
So talking about Doomsaw and
Yes.
the energy crisis, we know that the vigil will be organized by the celebrities, and that's tomorrow.
Are you really?
I'm not a celebrity.
Oh, you are?
No.
Really?
I'm not, yes.
Okay.
So because I'm not, I can't participate.
No, but you're a journalist. You would want to go
Well,
and see what's
if I
or
were,
you're not affected by the Doomsaw?
If I have been asked to go and cover and do broadcasts
But
on it.
are you being affected by the
yes,
Doomsaw?
I have been
Okay.
affected.
They are only leading it. It's not like only celebrities that are going there. They are leading it. So you can...
So don't educate me on anything. Yeah, doing it.